Welcome back to Mint, where we explore the world of personal finance, simplifying it and making it relatable for you. Whether you're looking to earn, spend, save or invest, we've got you covered.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Many believe that caddies are simply bag carriers that have limited knowledge of golf and that caddying is a short-term hustle. Those assumptions are wrong. Josephat Kabiru, a seasoned caddy, has been involved in the sport for 50 years and earns his livelihood from it. Over the past 5 decades, he has gained knowledge and expertise in the game, supporting professional golfers in making informed decisions. Here is his story.
Meet Josephat Kabiru, a 67-year-old who has been a caddy for 5 decades at Sigona Golf Club. Kabiru has been carrying golf bags and, at the same time, offering valuable insights into the course to players every day.
Kitu ya kwanza ile ilinivutia sana ni kwa ajili sisi ni pali nimetoka kukua pesa. Lakini wakati mimi nasoma ninaona watu huko wanaenda wanalipwa kidogo pesa, wanakuja wanasaidia wazazi wao. Hata mimi nikavutiwa na hiyo. Kutoka hapo nikaingia, wakati nilifanikiwa kuingia huko nilijaribu kusaidia wazazi wangu.
According to him, they don't just carry the bag.
Kazi ya caddy ni mtu akikuja kama hajajua kucheza golf na kumfundisha na kumbebea bag. Kila kitu yote akitaka kufanya, wewe ndio utamuonesha kwa ajili wewe ndio uko na experience ya hii golf.
He says that a caddy also acts as a source of motivation, particularly during challenging moments, and even advises a player on which club to use.
Ni lazima tujadiliane ile distance unapiga mpira inataka klabu yake. Sasa ni lazima hapo tujadiliane, hii ni hadi gapi, tunaweza kucheza na klabu gani. Unaweza kuwa na mashini ya kupima. Kama unachezanga kama mita 100, iko klabu ya kucheza mita 100.
He urges jobless youth to consider caddying as a viable way to earn a living and build a better future.
Ukitaka unataka caddy, ni lazima kuja kwa club, uongee na committee member ya caddies. Kutoka hapo uongee na caddy master, ndio aende kwa management, iko na season ile watu wanakujanga. Sasa umepeana jina yako pale. Siku ya kufanya nini wanataka mtu wanakuita. Alafu wanakuja wanakutrain. Vile utabeba hii bag, vile utalipia kiwanja, vile utalipia depot.
As the country struggles to create enough quality jobs for hundreds of thousands of youth entering the labor force each year, such opportunities can help to bridge the gap. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics 2024 Labor Force Report, youth aged 18 to 34 number over 15 million, with many unemployed or underemployed. Kabiru believes that with discipline and dedication, caddying can open doors just as it did for him, especially now that the government is promoting golf tourism.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, we are hyping golf tourism. And why golf tourism? Because this country is well endowed. We have over 40 golf courses. Around Nairobi alone, we have not only scenic, but extremely challenging golf courses. The statistics that we have show that an average golfer would spend upwards of $3,000.
As a caddy, one can earn a living from golf through daily wages, tips, and potentially through sponsorships, especially during tournaments.
Kila klabu iko na arrangement yake. Kama hapa Limuru inalipwa 1,000. Si inalipwa 1,200 Sigona. Kale ninalipwa 1,500. Mudhaiga amelipwa 1,500. Lakini zingine zinalipwa 800. Na hii pesa unalipwa ukifanya 4 hours. Kwa ajili sasa hiyo ndio 18 holes. 9 holes unalipwa 700. Tunaifanyanga kama Wednesday, Saturday na Sunday. Siku hii nyingine ni kwenda kutengeneza kiwanja.
And if you aspire to become a professional golfer, you can utilize your experience and connections gained from caddying.
Na mawaidha yangu ni kusema mtu wote hata kama akona na miaka 18 kwenda juu akuja kwa golf. Opportunities zote ziko hapa.
Through hard work and savings, Kabiru has been able to provide for his family and educate his children through college.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
The 9 to 5 grind is not for everyone, and it certainly wasn't for Eva or Yugi. 7 months into her job, which she hadn't even studied for, Eva left to start her own venture centered on fashion and later entrepreneurship. However, she then shifted to empowering young women through Swazuri events.
Working 9 to 5 is outdated. Well, it's not, but things have changed and the world is slowly moving past the 9 to 5 routine into entrepreneurship, which is increasingly becoming popular. People with an entrepreneurial spirit are choosing to venture into the world of self-employment where creativity, innovation, out-of-the-box thinking, and autonomy reign supreme.
So I got employed immediately after I graduated, and it was not my profession like what I'd studied. It was an account management job of a portfolio of debt. 7 months into the job, I felt like I wanted to be out there in the community, in the environment, to connect with people. At that particular point, I sort of started just toying around with several ideas, and I had an idea for a fashion event. So during my free time, I used to do a lot of research about what it takes to host a fashion event or an event in general in Nairobi, etc. And I put that down around the 9th month in the formal employment. One afternoon, I just quit. And so at that particular point, now I had so much time to implement the idea that I had. And on weekends, on Saturdays, I used to walk around Nairobi, let's say the venue spaces around Westlands or hotels. I'm like, hi, how much does it cost to rent out your space for a day, etc. And it was quite a huge amount back then. And so I realized I'm not going to be able to afford to implement this idea without having partners. Then I learned of Michael Joseph Center. At that time, it's at Safaricom. My work now became writing emails. They responded that they've seen my request and they'd be okay coming on board to support etc. Getting the support from Michael Joseph Center meant I had a venue, I had on-ground staff like inside the hall, I had seats, I had sound, I had everything. So I had a business partner, an implementer partner for that idea. Her name is Nora. And so we decided you're going to sell space, exhibitor space. So the event was known as Fashion Bloggers Runway Show back in 2016. It was such a feel-good type of event, and we approached a lot of top-notch fashion brands or personalities or whatever, and we were selling exhibitor space, the 4x2 tables. And then we had ticket sales as well for the fashion events. And that's how we made money from the event itself, but ideally we didn't have money to start the event, literally. So the event paid itself in terms of paying for the models, paying for extra help for the people who are helping around, entertainment.
Even with the entrepreneurial spirit, your business is still your job and needs more than resources to succeed.
Initially, we were just winging it. But then immediately after the fashion event, I started hosting women empowerment events. But my focus was more young women, especially under 25, under 30. Initially, we were just using the element of storytelling, bringing personalities to share their story, their journey, especially personalities we felt who are more authentic in who they are and the journey they've been through. After doing storytelling for quite a while, I was asking myself what more. And so we started looking towards the element of capacity building. Our focus after 2020 became more about economic empowerment for young women in business. And so elements of trainings, especially things like digital media, digital skills that they can use for their business, became a key thing. So the challenge became now being able to do the events the same way. And luckily within this time frame, we were able to compete for a grant and got support from the USA, DIALI and KU to implement a program known as 2-in-1 program, It's a socioeconomic empowerment program that was training 270 female entrepreneurs from Mombasa. And so with the sort of trajectory and growth and how we've been moving, I think since 2020 during the pandemic, now we realize the core thing or the bigger picture that we want to focus on is building communities, especially for young women entrepreneurs, building their capacity, and doing that even in more areas where it doesn't seem possible or where they don't get a lot of these opportunities.
As with any business, there are always challenges.
I would say nurturing and growing a team. So initially when I started, I was a one-person team. That's why, again, I never had a lot of expenses around me. So it was more about working smart. But then you get to a point you realize for you to get to where you want to be, you can't do it alone and you can't be waiting for freebies. You need people on your side. So the teamwork element, getting the right people. Another challenge I think I faced is, I would say, evolving. When we were like a one-woman show initially and we were meant to be doing everything, we missed out on a huge part of telling our stories very well, because we've done so much since 2016 to date. Not only hosting events at Safaricom, we've given talks to girls' high schools. We've been part of career days. We've done events in Tanzania as well. But I always look at it as elements where we missed out to tell our stories well so that we stay afloat with social media and digital media as it keeps coming with full swing. There's always something happening.
Entrepreneurship sounds like an easy ride, but it's not. Therefore, before venturing into it, one needs to be ready for the ups and downs.
One honest thing I believe is entrepreneurship is not a solution to the high rate of unemployment, also because it takes a lot from you. As a 22-year-old, to me, I felt like I have nothing to lose. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? If the event fails, we go back and look for another job or whatever. And so entrepreneurship takes a lot of risks. If we look at it as a solution to the unemployment, then people who go in and within year 1, year 2, they're not seeing this giving them the revenue they expected or the lifestyle they hoped for, they will give up. And so they'll be back again to the same cycle of like, no, I want something stable. And so I think my advice to anyone who watches this and they have a passion or a desire to do something for themselves is, what's the worst that can happen if you follow that crazy dream or desire you have for yourself? Because you won't know unless you try.
Eva demonstrates that at times taking bold steps is essential to realize your true potential and that your first idea doesn't have to be your last. This wraps up today's episode of Mint, Money Made Simple, your essential guide to personal finance designed to help you make your money work smarter for you. For more information, visit Mint at mula.co.ke or tv47.digital. Stay safe and keep minting. Until next week, I'm Lydia Nyawera.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Moolah, kila siku waste that moolah. Make more bila stress.